Well, hello and welcome to the Tennis Podcast. It is Monday, the 21st of July. We are a week on from Wimbledon. We've done our best attempts at rest and recuperation. In fact, David Law is still doing his best attempts at rest and recuperation in Portugal, no less. So I'm joined by Matt Roberts and we're trying to remember how to podcast, Matt, hopefully successfully. If you're hearing this, then Matt and I have been successful.
Yeah, it was this equivalent show last year where we ended up without microphones or something after Wimbledon last year. So I do feel like we're already beating the last year versions of us, which is kind of all we can hope to do, really, isn't it?
Yeah, hashtag growth. Here we are speaking into microphones. Well done us, professional podcasters. The majority of this show is going to be a work of art put together by our very own Vicki Spreadbury. She puts together audio montages of our Grand Slam dailies after every Grand Slam. Now, this is usually just for Friends of the Tennis podcast, but this time we've decided to make it available to everybody. Because, well, it's a lot of work that Vicki puts into these. They're very special and we want everybody to get a taste of it. So the majority of this show is going to be that. But we don't want to leave you hanging. There have been 6 important events happening in the tennis world this week, of course. So we're going to do a quick little recap just so everybody feels kind of up to speed, and then we will be returning a week from now with a proper deep dive on some important stories that have taken place in the tennis world over the last couple of weeks, and of course talking about the tennis that's due to take place this week. We've got a combined ATP and WTA 500 event in Washington where the draws look really fun, actually. And of course there's Kitchpool as well, because what is a post-Wimbledon period without Kitchpool, Matt? Although what is Kitchpool without Dominic Thiem?
Oh, how sad.
We'll find out what Kitchpool is without Dominic Thiem, aren't we?
But I must say, Washington, though, like if you're a fan of one-week events and you're a fan of combined events, there's very, very few of those now, and Washington stands out in the calendar. Like, I don't know if people are ready for this much good tennis so soon after Wimbledon, but Washington is it. It's a great field. Looking forward to it.
I actually feel surprisingly ready. It always, I mean, I guess it's because, you know, I love tennis and it's
That'll
a livelihood. But I do surprise myself with how quickly I'm ready to watch non-stop tennis after a Grand Slam.
Yeah, we always give it the big, tennis needs to have 3 or 4 months off, and then like two weeks without tennis, and we're like, where's the goddamn tennis?
Yeah, I make it such an agenda of mine to campaign for a longer off season, whilst also deep down knowing that I would potentially sink into a deep depression if there ever were a longer off season. I wouldn't cope well at all. Anyway, let's talk about tennis that's happened this week, because no fewer than 6 events, of course. Let's start in Hamburg with the WTA 250 there. All 250 events this week, plus the Hopman Cup, randomly happening in mid-July these days. Hamburg, I think, is the most intriguing one of these because it has been won by Lois Boisson, not a one-hit wonder, Matt. Certified a minimum 2-hit wonder. Beat Anna Bondar in the final.
Yeah, honestly, like, really pleased to see this result because, you know, I think like everyone, while the French Open run was happening, there was definitely a big part of my brain thinking this might be the only time that we properly see Lois Boisson. And as fun as that was, you know, I just thought it might be isolated to this year's Roland Garros. But actually, I think what she's shown here in an event, look, without the strongest field in the world, but I think she's shown that what she is, I think, is a clay court specialist. I mean, with her forehand, the heavy reps that she gets on that ball, I think she is going to be a nightmare for players on clay, and that's quite fun that like France with their home slam on clay have got a home player who seems to be a specialist on the surface. They haven't had many title winners in the last few years. Generally, France, I think Caroline Garcia a few years ago was the last French player to win a WTA title. So this is big for them, and I'm pleased for Lois Boisson that she is backing up Roland Garros. Even by doing this, I feel like she's kind of backed up what she did there. And yeah, post deodorant gate Boisson is a very, very powerful thing, as it turns out.
It's interesting. Female WTA clay court specialist is an interesting genre of tennis player because it's so much less possible to make a living pretty much just on clay on the WTA tour than on the ATP tour. It is almost possible, not quite, but almost possible to play exclusively on clay on the ATP tour. There are these sort of sub swings of clay court events in South America, and this one happening in Europe after Wimbledon. But the WTA has far fewer clay court events, so she's hamstrung in that way. I mean, WTA has fewer events generally, so yeah, I wish her very well.
And I especially wish her well because I hope she gets to lift another trophy in her career.
I was just going to say, did you see the trophy? And can you explain to me what on earth it was?
Well, it looked to me like a shipping container.
Someone on Instagram told me they think it's a shipping container.
I think for sponsor reasons.
Why would it be a shipping container?
I think the sponsor might be.
Were they sponsored by
in that genre?
You know, the brand that all shipping containers have written on the side of them. Was that the sponsor? Surely not.
There was definitely a sponsor on the trophy, if you can call it a trophy. It's poor.
I think sponsors need to keep out of trophies.
Me too.
Yeah, okay. I hope Lois Poisson gets another trophy. On to Yes. Now, I'm informed by my dad, and I hope we don't get atted by lots of Romanians. I hope we're getting this right, but my dad has spent a lot of time in Romania over the years, that you don't pronounce the I on the end. Lots of Romanian names and places have a silent I on the end. So I'm going to go with Ias. Won by a Romanian. Maybe Irina Camelia Begu can tell us whether I'm pronouncing it right. She beat Jill Teichmann in the final. Teichmann, the lone non-Romanian in the semi-final lineup. Cracking week for Irina Camelia Begu. Good to see Jill Teichmann back in a final, because where on earth has she been?
Yeah, I was quite high on Jill Teichmann a few years ago. Not quite as high as David, who had her as his shooting star, and well, she fell out the sky, really, didn't she? Rather than shot. Yeah, but I was with David. I really liked Jill Teichmann as a player a couple of years ago.
Ranking suggests so much better,
and she's so gritty. I like the way she competes in matches. I'm obviously mostly thinking about her Billie Jean King Cup career, where she's been a valuable part of that Swiss team over the years. So yeah, hopefully she can get it back.
So congratulations, Irina Camelia Begu and Ias. Over in Los Cabos, Denis Shapovalov has of course won the title. It means nothing. We're not going to get drawn in. It's probably good that this has happened in a week where David's not here and we can't get drawn into the speculation about what it all means for Denis Shapovalov. I'm very pleased for him. This means nothing.
Oh, no. I mean, it's good for him. It's his second title of the year, of course. He won one earlier in the year. And we did
spend quite a long time talking about whether that one might mean anything.
Yeah, I don't think at the time I thought that meant anything either, but it was easier to believe it did because of the caliber of player that he was beating there. Here in this week straight after Wimbledon, I don't think he beat a top 50 player to win the title. He didn't drop a set, which is great, and I'm sure that everyone there enjoyed watching Denis Shapovalov. Like he's still incredibly exciting to watch, and when it all clicks, it's fantastic as it has done this week. But no, I will not be drawn into what does this mean for Denis Shapovalov. Just good for him.
Good for him. Well done, Dennis. In Gstaad, Casper Ruud did not win the title. Is it time to retire for Casper Ruud? Who can say? We'll find out after Kitzbühel. I assume he's playing Kitzbühel. Why wouldn't he be playing Kitzbühel? Alexander Bublik won the title. I know this because I just transferred him into my fantasy team in the nick of time. He beat the lesser spotted Cerundolo in the final. Juan Manuel, no longer the punchline of Cerundolo brother jokes, Matt.
And he, of course, conqueror of Casper Ruud. And Ruud really let that one go. He was 3-love, double break up, I think, in the third set and didn't close. Bublik, I mean, his last 3 tournaments, 2 titles and a round 1 exit. I mean, this is the most Bublik run that you can get, including, of course, a win over the pretty much unstoppable world number 1 in there as well. And look, he's tilted the balance slightly, isn't he? He's still Bublik, and yet he's just making the title runs and the good bits a little bit more common. He's still having the early losses, but it's great that he is becoming a little bit more relevant. I think it's his first title on clay. He's now won a title on every surface, and was kind of shocked that it was his first title on clay, to be honest, because I think the unpredictability of his game works really, really well on that surface. It's such a huge weapon for him. And yeah, he's been a super fun player over the last few months, Bublik. So nice to see him carrying that on. I think he's definitely in the Kitzbühel
he's top seed
draw.
in Kitzbühel.
Yeah. So he's coming for Ruud's double. Yeah.
Well, when it was a treble, what was the third one?
I think Borstad used to be in a different week, didn't it?
Yes, it did. Yeah.
I think it was Gstaad, Borstad and Kitzbühel, one after the other.
Is Gstaad the one where Federer was given Juliet the cow?
That's right, yeah.
But that was a Federer-specific gift. Not all Gstaad champions get a cow.
I believe that's right, yeah. It was a sort of... Wasn't it his homecoming event after winning Wimbledon for the first time? Okay. I believe. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and Gstaad also had a different trophy. I quite liked the one in Gstaad. Did you see this? It was I think it's the one they always have. It was a sort of stone, like a sort of mountain shape representing the Alps. I think that's cool. A trophy that reflects the region rather than a sponsor.
Absolutely.
I was in on the Gstaad quirky trophy.
In Borstad, now the same week as Gstaad, as you say, Luciano Darderi beat Jesper de Jong in the final. Further evidence that there are Italians coming out of everyone's ears.
Yep, he is now in the top 50. He has now won 3 career titles, which is more than Musetti.
Blimey.
Which is rather, sort of stops you in your tracks, that stat. I mean, Musetti definitely needs to close some more tournaments, and he's obviously had bigger success generally. But 3 tall level titles is no joke. Darderi is very, very good, especially on clay. And the guy he beat in the final, Jesper de Jong, I came across his TikTok earlier this week, sorry. And did you know this?
Your week up doing your detox from tennis, you're just browsing Jesper de Jong's TikTok. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you know this about Borstad? The hotel is part of the stadium. So he did a sort of leaving his room, getting to the stadium, and literally he goes out of his hotel room door, walks down a corridor, turns a corner, and he's in like the stands on the main stadium court. I'm now starting to understand why more and more players flock to Borstad after Wimbledon. Total lack of faff. It would be your dream. And actually, it was flipping cool. I loved it.
Like, I went to Norwich to see the Killers a couple of years ago and stayed in a Holiday Inn there that was part of Carrow Road. Great. Really convenient. Could see them sound checking from our hotel room.
Oh, very good. Yeah.
Very good.
Still surprising to me that the Killers were playing Norwich.
It was surprising to them as well, it seemed.
Right. Yeah. They're like they treat England as the place where they're most popular, don't they? Because I think it is.
Norwich, which I enjoyed. Yeah.
Well, they would.
The Hopman Cup has been won by Canada. Bianca Andreescu has a title back. The comeback is on. Hope is
just
restored.
As I've drafted her into my fantasy team.
Yes, but do you get points for this? Do they get points for this? No. But it's nice. I'm pleased for them. She and Felix Auger-Aliassime, and it beat a very annoyed Flavio Cobolli in the final. Yeah,
he was pumped up, wasn't he? Because Andreescu had beaten Bronzetti very easily, and then Cobolli had come back to beat Auger-Aliassime. This was taking place in Puglia, in Italy. They'd managed to turn the Hopman Cup into a vibe as well, have the Italians. And Cobolli got that good win against Auger-Aliassime. He was pumped up, but then Canada managed to close it in the mixed doubles. I'm pleased the Hopman Cup exists, and that there's that little part of Italy that this week got to enjoy it, and there were big crowds. There really were people enjoying it. I personally didn't really have the bandwidth to find out sort of how to watch it, but I enjoyed watching the highlights.
If you watched the Hopman Cup successfully, please let us know how you did that. At us on Instagram. So that's it for tennis this week. We did have a few bits and bobs of news. Jung Chin Wen has had surgery on her right elbow. She's joined the gang of tennis players posting the thumbs up hospital bed post-surgery photo, which was quite a tough sight to see. So we wish her well on her recovery. And we've had a lot of withdrawals from Canada. A lot of withdrawals from Canada, particularly on the men's side. I mean, on the women's side, Sabalenka has pulled out of Montreal. The women's will be in Montreal this year and the men's in Toronto. And on the men's side, Marca are reporting that Carlos Alcaraz is going to miss it. I mean, he seems to be doing Ibiza, but in Spain, having a lovely time. Good luck to him. Sinner and Djokovic also out of Toronto. Look, it's no great surprise, is it? But Jack Draper is pulled out too. I mean, it's a decimated field, and it's now a 10-day event, and it just feels, I mean, and I don't think that's accidental, by the way, that Canada and Cincinnati have become 10-day events. I do think that is more likely to lead to these kind of pullouts. But it's a tough scene, isn't it? I find myself more pumped for Washington this week for all the reasons you described earlier than for Canada, the bigger event in a week's time.
Yeah, honestly, my reaction to these withdrawals was, well, of course. Like, if you're going deep at Roland Garros and you're going deep at Wimbledon, as these players have, you need some rest somewhere. And there used to be 3 weeks, used to be 4 weeks really, between the end of Wimbledon and the start of Canada. Since Wimbledon got moved back a week, it's been pretty like 3 week gap, but now it's 2 weeks, 14 days from the end of Wimbledon to the start of Canada, and it's just too much. Something's got to give. And honestly, the sport should be looking at the schedule and seeing that Cincinnati starts the day that Canada ends. The finals, respectively, are on a Thursday and a Monday, and they should be looking at that and just thinking, well, this doesn't work. It does not fit in the amount of time that we have to make these events as long as we've made them. Like, we have to change it. I think Canada is the one that, certainly on the men's side, we've seen some more sort of surprising winners and finalists over the last few years anyway, haven't we? There have been weaker fields there generally, and it seems to just be going more and more in that direction. Brutal. And obviously for Zheng and Jack Draper, it's sort of injury related, so I really just hope that they can recover as quickly as possible.
Yeah, and it starts to, from the ATP's perspective, and the WTA's, but I think more so the ATP's, they're suffering even more with pullouts. It devalues the 1,000 brand. You're going to have a field that week that does not feel like a 1,000. These events are supposedly mandatory. Well, that feels like it's been made a slight mockery of. I don't know if Jack Draper's injury is legit. I kind of hope not, and I think it's ridiculous that they have to create reasons for withdrawals. He's saying it's an arm injury, isn't he? And
I think given he's already pulled out of Cincinnati as well, that to me suggests that there probably is something going on there. But yes, and look, fatigue absolutely should be a legitimate reason to be able to pull out of something.
Need a rest.
Yeah.
Yeah. David cited an ankle injury for this week, a fake ankle injury, sustained while golfing in Portugal. Okay, so as Matt said, Washington combined ATP and 500 event lasting 1 week only. Make the most of it. ATP field includes Taylor Fritz, Lorenzo Musetti, Holger Rune, accompanied by mentor Andre Agassi. That's something we'll be getting into in next week's pod. Ben Shelton, Andrei Rublev, Francis Tiafoe, Alex de Minaur, Daniel Medvedev and Flavio Cobolli. And the WTA field includes Jessica Pegula, Emma Navarro, Elena Rybakina, Naomi Osaka, Emma Raducanu and wildcard Venus Williams. Plus Emma Raducanu and Elena Rybakina are playing doubles together, and Venus Williams is playing doubles too. She's playing with Hayley Baptiste, which is super fun. There is, of course, the ATP event in Kitzbühel, Bublik the top seed, and there's a very tennis podcast coded round one match of Botic van der Zandschulp against Nicolas Jarry in Kitzbühel. Will be perhaps not watching every ball of that, but we'll certainly be paying attention to it. And there's also UMAG, and there's a WTA event in Prague with a draw of 32, of which 11 of the players are Czech. Extraordinary. So we'll be back in a week's time to talk about all of that with the Athletics' Matt Futterman, and we will also get into some of the bigger news stories as well involving Bill Ackman and the Newport Hall of Fame tournament over there. Don't worry, we've been following all of that closely. Have read Bill Ackman's extensive tweet many times to try and get a handle on what on earth he's talking about, other than the fact that he blames his poor performance on Jack Sock not letting him have the juice side. But yeah, we'll be getting into all of that with Matt Futterman as well, and of course the 4-year doping ban that has been handed out to Britain's Tara Moore. Lots to talk about there as well. First and last time Tara Moore and Bill Ackman have featured in the same sentence, I think. Maybe not the last time. Maybe next week will be the last time. So all that to look forward to in a week's time. Hope you enjoy the tennis this week if you're ready to dip your toe back in the water. We certainly are. For now, though, we are going to leave you with this incredible Wimbledon montage put together by the wonderful Vicki Spreadbury. Here it is. Hello and welcome to the Tennis Podcast, live from Wimbledon, a glorious sunny day at Wimbledon for the first time in 2025. We are so back.
You know I love all draws, but the Wimbledon draw is the best of the lot, and it lived up to expectations today. I think I had the afterglow of our live show in London last night when I arrived on site at 9 a.m. this morning.
Not the afterglow of Bruce Springsteen releasing 80 songs.
That happened on the stroke of midnight as we were in the taxi home.
It's been a big 24 hours for Matt Roberts.
It was all incredibly overwhelming. We've been kitted out in this new Wimbledon merch. Brilliant. What a day.
It's like one of those gigs, concerts, when the musician just comes out and sits down at the piano.
We've got this.
We don't need faff here.
Yeah.
Like, it's all killer, no filler.
Yeah.
It's sort of like a saucepan, a wooden saucepan, and in lieu of a saucepan, in lieu of the bit where you would put your stir fry, there's a velvet bag secured by these beautiful studs, and Matt got to hold it.
I got to hold it. I felt incredibly powerful. I also got to hold the box where they keep all the chips, and that is kept shut by a World War II soldier's belt. Incredible.
We're slowly moving towards Matt just doing the draw.
I was going to say,
Denise Parnell needs to watch out.
If ever we lose Matt from the tennis podcast, it'll be because somebody at Wimbledon's decided to involve Matt Roberts in the draw.
Incidentally, I was searching for photos of Jack Draper the other day for professional purposes.
Even Holger Rune, who I wouldn't say yet is yesterday's man, but isn't really a threat to Carlos Alcaraz.
He's tomorrow's yesterday's man, isn't he? Was it here a year ago that Tiafoe gave his "I've been losing to clowns" line?
I think so, yeah.
Because the list of clowns is really got a lot longer.
I'm going to say it live on air right now. I think if Amanda Anisimova beats Yulia Putintseva, she's reaching the semis.
I mean, you thought he was pumped on draw day. Imagine what he'd be like on semi-finals day.
What do you think about that prediction, David?
It's ridiculous.
Can't believe Matt's gone for a more outlandish prediction than David. Because I know I complained about it being freezing cold and raining all the way through Wimbledon last year, and now we've got a situation where it's going to be 35 degrees on Monday, and if I complain about that as well, then I'll be giving the Brits a bad name. I mean, it was quite a wild press conference generally, wasn't it, from Jannik Sinner, for such an unwild man. I say unwild man. Topics of conversation included his partnership with Emma Navarro, more on that in a moment, his partnership with Gucci, his partnership with Andrea, I've written Bolelli. That's not a person. Bocelli.
Simone.
That's the love child of Simone Bolelli and Andrea Bocelli.
I think my favourite part of the Bocelli stuff was when he said congrats to him and his team.
I've written that in. That's what was distracting me when I started talking about Simone Bolelli accidentally. He started talking about
Had
Andrea
he lost the Grand
Bocelli.
Slam final?
Yeah, it was so funny.
It is now incredibly clear to us, and I think to everybody, that the US Open picked these mixed doubles pairings. Jannik Sinner had never spoken to Emma Navarro until yesterday.
Yeah. Andy Murray's golf obsessed.
Andy will play with anybody who's up for it at the moment.
Yeah, give him a call, David.
And
I think he wants good partners, not me.
You're pretty good,
and
David.
you forgot your clubs.
Yeah, and I
That's
to get
more
my
of a
clubs.
problem.
David.
It would be embarrassing to turn up to golf with Andy Murray not having any clubs,
Yeah.
I think.
David is a specialist at getting out of the bunker.
That is true. Yeah.
I've seen it with my own eyes.
Lean on your left foot, right?
Yeah, so Andy, if it's just you and me in the bunker, I fancy my chances.
That's getting clipped up. Okay, Matt, as you were.
Well, as he was leaving the press conference, a journalist just shouted at him, "Who won the golf?" And he said, "Andy." But I let him win.
Yeah, please.
At the end of my interview with Matteo Berrettini, so I've had lovely 6 or 7 minutes with him, And then, you press...
That's getting clipped up as well.
David, Matt, I think you both went to the press conference of his scheduled third-round opponent, Alexander Bublik. I didn't have the guts to do that because I find him terrifying. Some other moments from Goff's press conference. She came in clutching one of these strawberries.
She did indeed.
And I had a rush of blood to the head.
You thought David Law asked Yannick Sinner about carrots?
If David can ask Yannick Sinner about carrots, then I can ask Coco Gauff about a strawberry. So, Matt, you need to ask a player about fruit and veg at the US Open.
So we were like,
Matt said,
we've got
to go in.
Yeah, and thank goodness we did.
I couldn't be more proud.
Because it was fantastic.
Yeah, we had a 10-minute 2-on-1 with Marquez of Vondrousova. That can go in the montage.
Very happy.
Were you logged in as the tennis podcast?
Yeah.
So you're getting Matt's recommendations?
Yeah, I'm getting all of Matt's Anisimova content.
To be careful what account I'm on. I've joined. Onto the backhand list you go.
Do you know the live chat already knows who you're bumping off? There is a lot of Anna Bogdan sympathy happening on the live chat right now. She was gate crashed by Frances Tiafoe.
That was a nice exchange.
It was, and there was a throwaway question from her as she was walking out. How do you feel about having him as your mixed doubles partner? And she just eye rolled, which was sensational.
Asked about, what he thinks the atmosphere might be, being thrust into that occasion in his first Wimbledon match. Will there be a big support for the Brit there? And he said, it's tough to be louder than the Brazilians. And it was very big, she's never seen my pace energy.
That's what I want from Taylor Fritz in mixed doubles.
He described himself as a mixed doubles specialist.
Go on, Taylor.
He cited his United Cup record with Coco Gauff, the fact that he's won the, quote, Indian Wells thing with Rybakina, who he's partnering at the US Open. And he said he is going to be extremely competitive at the US Open.
Oh, I absolutely believe that. I saw him at the United Cup with Coco Gauff. He was a nightmare. Is there anyone that thinks,
No.
No.
I don't think he's won a...
Okay.
I don't think he's won a main draw match on the tour.
I'm just here to ask the questions.
And I'm here to answer them.
But, and inspired by the setting and the moment for Nini? No. But somebody asked a few minutes ago, do you think any of the top 10 seeds in either the men's or the women's draws are likely to have a first round exit?
I wouldn't say likely. No one's draw is hugely jumping out to me. I think vulnerable seeds would be a Musetti.
I mean, Badossa's ninth seed, and we've called that a kind of 50-50 tomorrow against Bolter.
Medvedev is the ninth seed. Look, I think he's got a pretty good draw.
He's got Bonzi, hasn't he?
And actually, he's found some. He's quite a good grass court player, Medvedev. I'm always just on a bit of alert for Medvedev these
Rune
days.
is being
against Nicholas Jarry.
A lot of people saying Rune here, Matt.
Yeah, good for them.
They could just be big Matt Roberts fans that have boarded the Jarry hype train. Too much later than that, though, because, Matt...
Because we're not before 9:30.
And because there's a
because
curfew.
Wimbledon has a curfew.
Oh, sorry, yes.
Yes.
Forgot my thing.
There's this tournament.
Is this all because of Bruce?
Yes.
It's called Wimbledon.
I'm now anti-curfews.
So that would have mean that Ian heard the incident where I got attacked by a bee live on the pod and David used it for content.
I mean, now you'd be proud of me. Back then, you weren't.
Totally breathless for the last 12 hours and more. So maybe that's why I need a Breathe Right nasal strip, Matt Roberts.
Or maybe it's because Nicholas Jarry, oh my God, in around 15 minutes. Please make your way to the exit gates.
I thought I was overstimulated. Matt, there is so much Matt-coded stuff happening in this podcast. Oh gosh, I thought I was overstimulated before, and now we've got a Breathe Right nasal strips bit happening simultaneously with the announcements.
Crazy.
It's an awful lot. We haven't even touched upon Amanda Anisimova. What are you wearing in her honour this evening, in honour of her double bagel?
Drinking, I think. This was almost my foregone conclusion moment. It was potentially extremely embarrassing. I think it probably still is quite embarrassing.
I think it still is, because actually you don't know what the end of my sentence was. I wasn't going to ask if Fognini can win. I was going to ask if Fognini could make it interesting.
I didn't think you were going to ask if he could win. I thought you were going to ask if he could make it interesting.
And you thought that was too ludicrous a question to finish.
I did. I genuinely did.
Nicholas Jarry came from 2 sets to love down to beat poor old Holger Rune, just collateral damage in Matt Roberts' bit. How many nose strips in the packet?
30. So
I was going to say...
Right. He can win like 12 slams in a row.
Let's start with the first match of the day, and the first thing that Matt saw at this year's Wimbledon 2025, which was Yelena Ostapenko hitting a foot fault serve.
Called,
first point.
of course, electronically.
Yeah.
Like, it was just so perfect. You know that Ostapenko does not trust that machine. And it's the first time having it at Wimbledon, and it just comes for Ostapenko on the first point. It was poetic. It really was. And look, I said if she gets past Yulia Putintseva in the first round, she's going to the semi-finals. Stand by it. I think she's in such a great section of the draw.
Hold on, you said she was going to win the title about
in
4 hours ago.
In the excitement of the double bagel, I got carried away.
It was double bagel, and David had just appeared with the pack of nose strips.
Yeah.
He was.
Things were going well.
I've promised a very important strawberry-related announcement. And this strawberry needs a name. And we had many, many excellent submissions. But can we honestly say that any was more excellent than that suggested by Daniel on the barge, which is... Drumroll, please. I can't do it with one hand. Jam Schreiber. A special mention, though, and I'm really sorry, I don't know who suggested this. Adam
H.
Adam H, you absolute genius, who came up with Dida de Fruit. If you're joining us live just after watching Novak Djokovic escape with a 4-set win, then thank goodness he didn't lose, because honestly there just isn't room in the agenda for another upset. The agenda is full, Novak.
We hope you've enjoyed your day here at Wimbledon. We have. A pleasant and safe journey home. Thank you.
I can name you some people that haven't enjoyed their day here at Wimbledon. Alexander Zverev, Coco Gauff, Jessica Pegula, Zheng Qinwen, Lorenzo Musetti, and that's adding to the ones that lost yesterday. Things have gone bad to worse for Rune after his defeat yesterday. Clay magazine of today reported that he's been forced to cease and desist with his broken racket side hustle.
So this is him selling broken rackets?
He's been selling
for several thousand
for many
pounds.
Thousands of pounds. He's been flogging his broken rackets on this new marketplace that he's launched with his sister.
A percentage going to charity.
Quote, objects were removed from the marketplace this morning.
Oh, goodness.
And Babolat said, we're in conversation with your agents. Should we stay with the subject of seeds losing and move on to the next one?
That is our only subject.
Zheng Qinwen. Hayley Baptiste won today, which was a much-needed boost for the Tennis Podcast Meets Curse.
I said halfway through, have we got a curse?
And she plays Victoria Mboko in round 2.
great.
Of
The
course,
Tennis Podcast meets Derby.
I am pumped for Baptiste against Mboko.
I was just thinking, I can just imagine it doesn't matter when that is, where it is, you two are going to be courtside, aren't you?
Yes, because it's going to be a temperature at which I can actually go outside from
You
now on.
didn't leave the press room
No.
all day, did you?
No. I found the 4 seconds between the press room and the cafe quite challenging.
So, prior to this year, nobody had ever played a 5-set match and not generated a break point. And Pesci Pericard has done that twice this year.
Let's end on a seed, a contender even, that didn't lose today. Congratulations to him, Novak Djokovic, beating Alexandra Muller 6-1, 6-7, 6-2, 6-2. Big moment for OnlyFans, getting some promo on centre court today.
Yeah, we played Medvedev here last year. I don't know whether that was on court 1 or centre. Probably court 1.
Court 1,
Yeah.
I know what that is now, don't I? Because you've shown me.
OnlyFans, yeah. Well, no, I haven't shown
That
it.
sounds weird.
Okay, you told me about it.
We've still got cameraman Matthew to explain thirst traps to David. That's a thing that's happening.
Kate Ebolter,
Yeah, she's still
who
in
was
the
sitting
tournament.
on that bench.
Yes, she
where
was.
your bum is right now, David. Katie Bolter's bum was earlier.
Right.
It's where the drama keeps coming, the seeds keep falling, and Taylor Fritz continues to keep us up well past our bedtimes.
Finished with a backhand winner
literally right in front of me, which was great.
She did that just for you.
Yeah.
Matt was quoted as people earlier, wasn't he, on BBC
Yeah,
Radio?
some people.
Are saying she could win this tournament.
Look, I've been called worse. I've been called a random on the internet, maybe. I'm getting excited and anxious in equal measure.
Do you think she feels the same?
It's like Fulham's FA Cup draw this year. I was like, oh my God, we've only got to beat Crystal Palace to get to Wembley, and then we lost 3-0 at home. Like, feels a bit like that. Dal McGalfy in the third round to get to the second week.
McGalfy is Crystal Palace. How you haven't got Raducanu on the backhand list anymore is beyond me. So, that's just my little...
Wow, wasn't expecting to have beef with David
Well,
tonight.
it was exceptional today. And
all the backhands on my list are exceptional.
Today, a lesson learned for me. I broke the golden predictions rule. I went near Marketa Vondrousova.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Do you remember you almost did it in Paris
Yeah,
and I talked you out of it like a good friend?
You did, and I didn't do that.
No.
that actually could be a lot of fun. More fuel for the Matt Roberts fun fire with Cameron
Is that what
Norrie.
we're calling it?
Yeah.
The Matt Roberts fun fire with Cameron Norrie.
Yes.
Lefties
It's kind of an interesting
don't
matchup.
like playing
Yeah.
other lefties. It's
Nor
like when
even
David
mine.
meets other tall people.
Yeah. Don't like that.
And look, a lot of maybe what we said at Queen's hasn't materialised. Alcaraz was a serve bot at Queen's, and
All the lead-up tournaments have been pointless, haven't they?
what was happening over the last 3 weeks?
Should we just go straight into Wimbledon the day after Roland Garros? Cut the hoo-ha. I do hope Bertic stays in long enough for me to hear John McEnroe say his name again. That has been my highlight of today. Look, it's a tough pronunciation. Not everybody has my flair.
It's Cameron Matthews' favourite
Highlight of the
part
tournament.
Highlight, it's going to take some beating. Van der Dan Sloop.
Van der Dan Sloop, yeah. Yeah.
I loved it so much. It's starting the show in daylight for the very first time this tournament. Thank you, Taylor Fritz, for not being on today's schedule. And that means, folks, that we have a crowd of hardy folk.
Thank you. Oh, not my best.
That announcement effort was brought to you by Pims. World number 192 went to the University of San Diego. Huge. If there's one winner from week one of Wimbledon, it's the University of San Diego. Sack the marketing department. Not needed. I don't want to discourage people from listening to our Grand Slam build-up and preview podcast, but Marin Cilic aside, the lead-up events seem to be more meaningless than ever before.
They've had a bad year.
August Holmgren lost in qualies of Nottingham. So it's a challenger event. He's lost in qualies of a challenger. 6-2, 6-4 to Hugo Blanchet.
Oh, yeah.
And now here he is beating the best player in the world in Wimbledon for the third round. Everything's meaningless. What are we doing? Trying to analyse anything on a tennis podcast.
You know, having never watched August Holmgren before, having never heard of him before this tournament, suddenly you spend 4 hours 38 minutes watching him. You get to sort of know his game, and then you're getting all emotional as he's hugging his father at the end. It's like, that's kind of what Grand Slams are kind of all about.
A Grand Slam match, and there's some people just standing about vaguely debating whether somebody can go and change their pants. Like, what are we doing? Did he say, I've heard rumours that he said, what if I shit myself?
I mean, I didn't hear that, but he may well have said that.
Was that the energy he was giving?
Absolutely.
Right, okay.
Yeah. I think he was just desperate to let them go off and change his clothes. He was like, you want me to change in the tunnel? What, with a towel? Would you change there in front of all these people? He definitely said that. And basically it turned out...
Did he change in the tunnel?
No, he was allowed to go to the bathroom as long as he didn't enter the toilet area.
What?
He'd already done his quota of toilet breaks, and he wanted to go to the bathroom to change, but the umpire was like, no, you can't, because you've already done your maximum number of toilet breaks. And he was saying, it's not a toilet break, it's a clothes change break, and I haven't done that yet, I'm allowed to do that.
So he was allowed to leave the court if he committed to not have any fluids leave his body?
What if he'd got the diarrhoea?
Artur Rinderknecht will play again tomorrow. What even is Wimbledon 2025 without Artur Rinderknecht on the schedule?
He's the story of the tournament so far.
5 days in a row. Cameraman Matthews chuckling away to himself, and I don't know whether it's because a fly just flew into my mouth or because you said flat backhand. But he says both. From Shiontek, you trying to distract me with, is that a mosquito? Could we just deal with it?
We are under siege.
I know, but some of us seamlessly carry on broadcasting.
Is it flying?
I wasn't talking.
Is it flying ant day just about to start? Because it's got that feel to it.
Let's just press on, shall we?
And thank you.
It is.
I'm trying to carry on as instructed.
I am declaring it an invasion now.
Right. Okay.
Rybakina is swatting opponents aside.
Could do with around here.
Yeah. Yeah. Her or Lance Davis of Killer Bee Live removal. Do you think he does other insects?
No, but I would back it.
I have fuel for the fun fire. The Cameron Norrie fun fire.
Yeah.
Guess who went to Ibiza post Roland Garros other than Carlos Alcaraz?
Cameron Norrie.
Cameron Norrie. Apparently he came into press in a Pasha t-shirt and nobody noticed. Because you're just not on the lookout for that kind of thing with Cameron Norrie, are you?
Told you he's fun. I think we are winning Wimbledon.
I was going to say that. we win it. We get to
Look
the
at us.
That's fair enough.
We get to the final every year.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
Yeah, flying ants aside, we are winning Wimbledon. Hey, David,
Look,
you're on.
what's that? So, that's not
It's the
a
same
flying
as
ant.
what it's always been. They're flying ants.
that is
That's
different.
not. I'm not going anywhere near that one.
Centre Court has just hosted a lock-in for 15,000 people, all watching world number one Arina Sabalenka beat Britain's Emma Raducanu 7-6, 7-5 in an absolute thriller to reach the round of 16. You know, it's been a good night here when the BBC delays the news at 10, and that is exactly what has just happened. Speaking of crowds, we have one over there, hardy tennis fans. I think that's better than the crowd Emma Raducanu got. Love that. Thank you.
To be fair, the crowd that Emma Raducanu had didn't have bins to bang on.
I've put in all caps in the agenda. We should have seen this coming.
Her second serve, she had an absolute disaster off it. I was tracking this for the whole match because...
Tracking, you were obsessed with it. Oh, she would scramble my eggs in about 4 points. I'd be done. I think Madison
sure
Keys
it'd take
did an
4.
incredible job out there today, losing, 6-3, 6-3. Well done, Madison, and well done, Hannah, for coming up with this incredible turn of phrase for Laura Siegman, the unapologetically villainous face of grass court devilry. Look, it's really difficult to know what was Matt's favourite moment of the day. It's starting to feel like the Matt Roberts Slam, Wimbledon 2025.
I got in this morning so early that I heard the fire alarm rehearsal.
I wish they'd put John McEnroe on my chat, Rinda Ganesh. And the most incredible resumption of all time, I think. Ben Shelton, who was called off at 5-4 and serving in the third set last night, needed 70 seconds to finish off Rinky Hijikata today. 70 seconds, 3 aces and an unreturned serve. I need 60 seconds. That's all I need. Let me have a go. And they wouldn't give him that because, well, I guess they didn't trust that it would only take 60 seconds.
I do think they should have let him have that service game.
Yeah, turns out it took 70 seconds. But that was incredible, like how to prove a point by Ben Shelton.
Yeah. Robert McNichol actually sent me that it was in 2012 there was a women's singles between Sara Irani and Coco Vandeweghe, which was abandoned for the day due to rain, with Irani leading 6-1, 5-3 and advantage.
Of course it's Sara Irani.
And the following afternoon, Vandeweghe double faulted. It's actually quite uncomfortable. I don't really know how they play tennis in these for 5 hours.
What's it meant to be doing?
I think enhancing my performance.
And one lovely Geordie woman leaned over and said, "Where's Matt? He's the only reason I'm here." It's taken me this long into my life, career and relationships with you to realise that my dad is called David and my brother's called Matt.
It's
Matthew.
wild, isn't it?
Yeah. I'll speak to my therapist about it. There's no Taylor Fritz on today's schedule, so here we are in glorious daylight. A beautiful summer's night in SW19, a day with relatively few upsets. Not no upsets, because it's Wimbledon 2025.
Got some big match nerves.
I'm nervous for Matt. David.
Yeah, it's big time tomorrow, isn't it?
It's the Garianissimo double.
I mean, you may as well just take your tent after the show. Just go and get ready.
We need to talk about pasta with strawberries. It's become a thing.
Big time, quickly.
Big time. It's the new Frankie the Cat.
Oh, that's harsh.
And look, I'm sure if I was brought up in a culture where this was a comforting dish, there's every chance I would enjoy it. I like to think of myself as an adventurous eater. But as somebody that has grown up somewhere where pasta with strawberries isn't so much of a thing, it does sound absolutely horrendous.
And the next evolution of the story is all the journalists going and all the Italian players' press conferences and asking them what they think.
Everyone's upset that Paolini's out.
Yeah.
Well, Flavio Caboli is going to get asked about this.
Sinner, Sonego, pasta questions are coming at you in your next press conference.
At a Champions Tour event in Chengdu, I witnessed
Chengdu Champions Tour events come up.
John McEnroe be served a pizza with strawberries on it. And he sent it back.
I kind of had a Towson epiphany as well. I didn't know she
Welcome to the club.
But I was like, I didn't know you could slice.
Oh, Matt, don't worry, she didn't either. Cameraman Matthew was just distracted by him tenderly placing a waterproof jacket over all the equipment. Could you tenderly place a waterproof jacket over us?
Yeah. Taylor Fritz, did you see this? Gave a funny answer the other day where, because he was still playing Eastbourne.
Such main character energy this tournament. He's not even played today and he's coming up.
I know. Jannik Sinner's dropped 17 games so far, which is the Open era record for the fewest dropped en route to round 16 at Wimbledon by players who played 3 rounds rather than having a walkover.
That feels like the perfect sort of scene setter for David to convince us that Grigor Dimitrov's going to be the man. The Italian media, I mean, are they okay? Like,
overworked, aren't they?
It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, yes, of course, Sinner's there. And Paolini loses early, and maybe they were thinking that's a shame, but at least a slightly easier life. Elisabetta Cocciaretto pops up and says hi. Lorenzo Sonego, Flavio Caboli. There is no peace. For Italy. I mean, obviously, Rublev will get a set.
Andy Murray has intervened.
Carlos Alcaraz needs to stop using his off days to play golf with Andy Murray. Go away, Andy Murray. Yeah, I think it's time for Taylor Fritz to win in 3 without bleeding on the court.
Yeah.
I think it's time.
Okay.
What will you do if Amanda Anisimova reaches the Wimbledon quarterfinals? She's last on court one tomorrow against Linda Noskova.
You can hardly go and get her backhand, can you?
I've been trying.
You could dye your hair.
I've been trying for 29
You could dye your hair.
years.
She's done that this year.
I could.
I could
go blonde.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would.
If
love
Amanda
that.
Anisimova wins Wimbledon, I'll go blonde. How about that?
Oh, please happen.
My God, I'm so invested. I was already invested.
No, but
now I'm obsessed.
Tomorrow what I will do is keep my head. There's more to come if she wins.
As the sun sets over SW19, but not on all of our hopes and dreams, because, folks, we are now officially 3 wins away from Matt Roberts dyeing his hair blonde. Yeah, there was a moment there when Amanda Anisimova was a breakdown in the 3rd set when I was quite concerned about this podcast. Matt wasn't here. He was having an existential crisis about 200 metres away.
You've gone very quiet.
Yeah. Yeah, content was not being sent.
Imagine if I'd just been a no-show for the live show. If I'd just gone home.
Would have been quite fitting in a way, wouldn't it?
a friend of mine, Julia, who did our hair and makeup for the photo shoot we had recently. She's a professional hair and makeup artist. She contacted me to say today that she is available next Saturday to professionally dye Matt's hair.
It's great that no one's getting ahead of themselves. That's great.
I saw Johnny Perkins leaving earlier. I thought, don't you have an announcement to do?
Which makes you wonder whether it is live, doesn't it? Given how similar he makes it every time.
This is like those people that think the Strictly Results show is live.
It's not.
David
Some
was,
iconic
David,
contributions
David
from
was doing a
Matthew
dad
today.
joke there, but I think Matthew is genuinely finding this out live on the pod. We'll chat afterwards, Matthew. We've got a controversy to talk about. And because Siegmund beat Solana Sierra 6-3, 6-2, despite not showing up for the match. Made her wait 5 minutes, did she?
Something like that.
Yeah.
She's probably like, I've got plenty of time. It's 15 you're allowed.
Did she get in trouble for that? Or
No. There's an awful lot of faff with Laura Siegmund. There's the ball bouncing, and you think, okay, that's done. We've got that out the way. We're ready to serve. And then she holds this position for about 40 seconds.
It's like a wind-up, isn't it? It's like, get on with it.
That's our Laura. Came back, Matt, did Jarry, but not all the way back. And the Breathe Right nasal strips are in the bin.
Literally in the bin.
They're not actually, it was just for content.
Oh.
I'm not going to throw away, 30 perfectly good Breathe Right nasal strips. There'll be another run.
I think the aggro died when Jarry tried to imitate what
And hit a
Laurie
double
was
fault.
doing to make a point, and he hit a double fault.
Yeah.
Basically, crap aggro.
Yeah.
Yeah, really lame.
Yeah, I agree. Hannah said, and I quote, he's going to turn Grigor Dimitrov into paste.
You lot. Honestly.
Well, I think Sinner wins in straight sets.
Yeah, me too.
I don't. I think he wins in 4 sets. And he's not paste. He's a...
He's a chunky puree,
Correct.
like a guacamole, a chunky guacamole. Yeah.
A big chutney.
Talked about OnlyFans with Pam the other day.
Yeah, discovered that Simon Briggs has an account.
Yeah. Not, hang on. Not as a content creator.
No, he was doing research.
With Arina Sabalenka against Laura Siegmund. Go with God, Arina.
I don't know if I like this new percentage chance
Well, there's no
feature.
point in me asking who's going to win, because you're going to say
What am I,
Sabalenka and
an
Alcaraz.
excitement rating
Yeah, you are.
meter to you?
An accurate one. You're just going to say Sabalenka and Alcaraz. That's no fun for anyone.
I'm not sure flailing over a percent's that fun.
I'd say it's a 65-35 job for Fritz.
Okay, that's a man that understands the assignment. Matt?
I understand, I just don't like it.
Even the use of the term annoying game in the question, Sabalenka was moonwalking away from that as awkwardly and quickly as she could. Arina, I'm going to say it for you, and I fully believe that,
you've said
that
it.
Laura Siegmund will take this as a compliment. It is the most annoying game in tennis. She left the court for 10 minutes. I went to get a coffee at the end of the second set because I absolutely knew Laura Siegmund
you didn't miss a ball.
was going to leave for 10 minutes. The most wholesome thing you'll ever possibly see, other than Reggie's selfie with Roger Federer, which I'm still looking at on an hourly basis. Mira Andreeva going out to support her coach Conchita Martinez with a beautiful, enormous handmade sign. The sign reads, "Let's go, Senorita Topspin. You are golden."
So we can maybe we could do it not on Anissimova days.
Or maybe you could just get over yourself.
Yes, David. Shout out my friend Felicity, she has made the strawberry pasta.
Oh.
She said anyone who likes strawberries and who likes pasta is lying if they say it's gross, or they're using bad yoghurt. She says the quality of the yoghurt, and she's a Funnier gal.
Me too.
Yeah. The quality of the yoghurt is essential. She also went into quite some detail about letting the pasta cool. That seems important. She said, in conclusion, Poland's been hiding a great dish. And after all the hoo-ha of Murderers Row last week and seeds falling by the wayside left, right and centre, we do seem to have actually ended up with an entirely predictable semi-final lineup in the men's tournament. Tell that to Hugh Grant, David. Not sure he found anything particularly mouth-watering today. In fact, he was asleep during the single most exciting point of period in Novak Djokovic against Flavio Cobolli.
Matthew's struggling to contain that.
Well, he's the ATP admin, isn't he? I don't quite know what that means. It's apparently hilarious. It's apparently hilarious.
He gets to be a journalist. He was telling Tennis Channel yesterday and interview the other players. That's what he was saying. He says he wants to show people behind the scenes.
Well, he's done a lot of filming with the ATP over the last few years, and Matthew does a lot of that and doesn't have a bad word to say about him. He's got plenty of bad words to say about me, but none about Flavio Cobolli.
Matthew should be ATP admin.
Oh my God!
You get ATP admin cancelled.
She squirreled a load more towels into her bag. Did you see that?
It was very funny the way she turned to the camera and gave it the shh.
Another press conference where she didn't get asked about strawberry pasta. I'm trying to keep the story alive.
Well, where were you? Why didn't you ask?
I've got nothing to ask.
You fulfilled your quota of fruit-related questions for this tournament.
My mum wrote that to me tonight. You know, somebody who just follows the sport and isn't involved with it the way we are. And she just said it seems most unfair that the women now have to play tomorrow.
Yes, Barbara.
Yes.
David with the measured takes and Matt with the irrational hype. What universe am I in?
It's like those body swapping movies.
Yeah. It's a Freaky Friday with David and Matt. But I caught sight of a dog on Matt's screen and, well, I couldn't resist having a look. And then I showed David. and then I stroked her nose on the screen.
Did do that. The fingerprint's still there.
An extraordinary day here at SW19, a day of angst, of beauty, of drama, and that is just Matt Roberts' internal monologue.
What a day, what a match. The match of Amanda Anisimova's life. I want to go blonde. I've got my blondies here from Jackie in the crowd over there. Unbelievable.
Yeah, they were playing Blondie.
Yeah,
when
iconic.
We sat down. So we were thinking maybe Matt could frost his tips for the final and then go the full blonde if she wins. Do you co-sign?
Sure. I'll co-sign. Frosted tips. That's you don't want to say that 3 times quickly.
Today I had the Matt Roberts backhand energy next to me. Every time I turned around I felt like, oh my God, everyone's looking at Matt. Waiting for his reactions. The first rule of journalism is don't make the story about you. We've broken
but
all
here we
of
are.
it. Here we are. But do you have a scoop for us later on Djokovic's...
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
Ooh.
Pam.
Not a great one.
We'll take anything.
Stick around for the mediocre reveal later.
You know, make some really smart decisions about practice tomorrow and about saying no to requests. Make sure tomorrow, the day off between the...
Hey, do you want to come and see someone get their hair dyed?
I'll be back in LA, sadly.
No, I mean Amanda.
Oh!
I mean, you can come too.
All right.
Imagine that. Amanda Anisimoova turned up for Matt's hair dye. That'd be good.
That would be great. You all taught me about getting good content. That would be good content.
couple of days.
Do you know they've sold out of jams?
Well, I'm glad I got my one early.
Right, Jackson potentially deprived, though.
Well, he's not getting this one. Because we bring it together, both genders, and having just come from the mixed final, it's a gift, and other sports are trying to imitate tennis.
Yes, Pam.
Yes, Pam.
Yes, Pam.
Yes, Jam!
I'm here to
have
keep
some?
strawberry pasta alive.
Oh, wow. I'm hungry. Really?
I have some.
All right.
I have some
Let's
homemade
go.
strawberry pasta.
It's incredible work. Let's
I have
pass it down.
Unbelievable.
This
Is this
is
for all of us?
macaron struskavkami,
Oh, wow.
made by
Jam.
official medic of the tennis podcast Felicity. I have forks.
Do we have to eat it now?
I think.
Hungry. I'll have it.
I mean, I'm going to have some now. I would like marks out of 10. I would like.
I can give you a percentage.
I would like a. Yes, please.
I think it's
David.
horrible.
It's okay.
I really don't like cold pasta.
I'm not into that.
Yeah, not for me.
That is not nice.
It's a lot.
I mean, I'm not judging it from a sort of, you know.
Yeah, I don't want to yuck anyone's yum.
You know,
but-
if you like it, good luck to you.
do you like it,
But,
Pam?
oh,
Did you say Pam or Jam?
Pam's cracking on.
Scoffing it.
I'm starving.
Do you want some more?
give Pam a blondie.
It's a conundrum.
It
That's
is.
my best word I've ever used in all my years on the podcast. It's a conundrum. You right there? Did you get a bug?
I got a bug. It's in my ear, no big deal. And I think it is very easy for us to go, oh, well, these guys are just brilliant, aren't they? Like, obviously they can do all this stuff, but they can't just do it. They just work incredibly hard at it whilst also fitting in forays into classical music.
I'm pretty sure that question got asked to Holger Rune last year, 2 years ago, when he was going to play Alcaraz.
Yeah.
And he genuinely did struggle. He was like, I'm really pleased with my game.
Take
Should we
his-
ask again?
Take his brain, Holger.
Yeah.
Take someone else's brain.
The thing-
Anyone's.
The thing is, though, serve by Alcaraz, a little bit boring.
Tough day for me. I've just lost Hannah as a friend because I've put Kevin Anderson in the same sentence as Juan Martín del Potro. She is not happy.
Yeah, you deserve that.
Not I do. Hello and welcome to the Tennis Podcast, live from Wimbledon on day 13 of the championships, the day of the women's singles final, won by Iga Świątek to claim her 6th major title in the most emphatic possible fashion. 6-love in 57 minutes.
She will have other moments. I think she will reach other Grand Slam finals. I really do.
Telling me I should keep, like Matt brings his Breathe Right nasal strips to Grand Slams, I should bring the blonde hair dye
Absolutely.
to every slam.
I
from now on.
bring Matt.
I think so. I want the dye
I
to
bought
be.
it. It costs
every Grand
£3.49.
Slam- Every Grand Slam that is going in your luggage.
Yeah, yeah.
but-
So yeah. To be clear, we're extending the
Yes.
Yeah.
we're extending the pledge to
It's not
any
over.
slam.
Oh, excellent! I was trying to get you to commit to that yesterday.
Yeah.
I said to Matt, are you happy for your look to be dependent on a pack of dye that costs £3.49? He was like, yeah, okay.
Also, I thought we'd hired a professional.
I didn't tell you this because today's been an all-around low ebb, but she became unavailable. It was going to be me. I read an interview with the two of them today. They're both Dutch. They're great friends. They've played a lot together as doubles teams. Vink said, I have a better haircut. We were recently in Turkey for the World Team Cup and went to the hairdresser together. Sam got his head shaved, I got blonde tips.
So
How much did the dye cost?
Yeah, well, exactly.
If we need any
So
tips.
I'll be going to Niels Vink for advice. It is, of course, day 14 of the championships, and we have just watched Yannick Sinner be crowned champion here for the first time, beating rival Carlos Alcaraz. You were behind James Norton, so everyone had good seats.
And Niall Horan.
Well, they weren't together.
They weren't together, no. But I was most interested in Tom Kearney to my right.
You were with Tom Kearney?
He was quite a way away, but I saw him.
How close was I to Tom Kearney?
Quite close. Slightly worrying that it was the first day of Fulham training today, and Tom Kearney was drinking Pimm's at Wimbledon.
On reflection, of course Carlos Alcaraz didn't win Wimbledon. He almost lost to Fabio Fognini.
A lot of tennis matches, a Grand Slam title run, a quick trip to Ibiza, back for Queens, win that.
Don't come for Ibiza, David.
Well, the evidence
He'd
is
have
there.
lost to Fognini if it wasn't for Ibiza. He's proven he can do it without the Carota boys.
Yeah.
Bit of a blow for them, isn't it?
I think he'd already proven that.
Had he?
Yeah.
Big win for the Fox.
Was it?
Well,
There was
carrots
one-
about with her.
There was a carrot. I saw a carrot. There was a woman she wasn't dressed as a carrot because she's got self-respect, presumably, but she had a big carrot teddy.
And wish you a pleasant and safe journey home. Thank you.
Oh,
It's nice that they don't change it for the final.
Yeah.
It's not. We hope you've enjoyed your tournament at Wimbledon. No. Day.
Yeah, and they definitely could because they definitely are there live.
Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah.
And then he was taking pictures over here with members of the public, I think, just as he was about to leave, and Reggie, who was
behind
behind a fence
and the hedge.
Yeah, seized his opportunity, waited for the perfect moment, and said, "Roger, can I have a picture?"
It's the most iconic selfie you've ever seen.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And Federer went, "Oh, I don't know how."
He said, "Sure, but I don't know how."
And Reggie was like, "I do."
I do. And he repositioned, and he got, and the Federer's head's just sticking up over this hedge with a beaming smile, and then Reggie's got the best smile on his face.
It's going to go in our newsletter. Always backs himself physically, no matter how long the match. He's got these horse lungs, hasn't he? These scuba divers' lungs. We all know so much about Cameron Norrie's lungs.
That was another question in the encore interview.
area.
Yeah, I didn't know. I knew where it was going because I know the story about the Cameron Norrie lungs, but I'm sure there were some people in that crowd thinking, where is this sentence going? The doctor told you had a very big pair of lungs. That's how it was phrased, yeah. I was like, we're going to be fine here. She's going to say lungs. She's going to say lungs.
She did say lungs.
She said lungs. But there are definitely people who were like, huh?
Oh, Matt, I've got to carry on broadcasting now. We're live, for goodness sake. So Norrie and his horse lungs.